33. They have been some. A free diagnosis at Omolabi Naturalist Care, number 2A School Road, Umuahia. People call me on my phone to ask me why I treat only infections and infertility. The reason is simple. I am a specialist in infection and infertility. I will be expecting you. Bye for now.
It's time to crank it up. We are turning it up on Rapid FM 96.5. The sound of your city. What a knockout. 96.5 FM. It is Rapid 96.5 FM. Number one.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
The organized labor, of course, has expressed its excitement and demanded speedy implementation as President Bola Tinubu signed into law the new Minimum Wage Act. Of course, Tinubu signed the new law at about 2 p.m. yesterday at the council chamber of the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja. Aside that particular position, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, when he was interviewed by journalists after the meeting, emphasized categorically that it takes effect and then it cuts across federal, subnational being states, of course, local government areas and private sectors in Nigeria. Well, we'll be on the lookout to know how this will pan out in Nigeria, considering local government workers, state civil servants, and those in the private sector. How will this work out at the end of the day? I hope negotiations will not be taken further to know how much will be paid, because the Senate President said that even a cleaner in someone's house deserves to be paid the sum of 70,000 naira. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. Today being the 30th day of July 2024. My name is Moses Ben. It will be an engaging conversation this morning as again we'll be looking at perspectives on concerns and reactions trailing governance and development in Abia State. Incorruptible Sam, it's good to have you join the program. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning to you, Moses Ben.
Thank you, sir.
And, well, it's a beautiful Tuesday morning, as always. That's our way of welcoming you.
We've resumed sitting.
Yes. Unlike the House of Rep members that
We'll go on
that
recess.
the next time they will resume will be at some point they got confused. Initially they said 16th.
Let me write it.
Initially they said 16th. Later they found out that 16th was on.
We'll bring Martin, okay.
On a Monday, and they said, okay, no, Tuesday. Let's give it Tuesday 17th. I was somewhere yesterday, and I paid attention to that. Just at the end, something actually happened that shouldn't continue in Nigeria. I will come back to that. But our own, we don't do that. We just sit here every day, Monday to Friday. We allow you have rest Saturday, Sunday. Then Monday we come back.
Resume sitting.
As far as standpoint is concerned, and that's what we always do. And to make sure that we represent ourselves and also the people, because you're representing yourself, you the listener, and when you call in there, you talk about things that at the end of the day, reflects the other people's opinion also. So we do what our senators and House of Rep members can't do. And going back to what I noticed yesterday, Moses.
All right.
Eyes will always have it. The eyes will always have it against the nays.
The nays, yeah.
But there's something I noticed yesterday during the House of Rep. That should be issued. That thing was yesterday. When they noticed that 16th was on a Monday, and they wanted the sitting to be 17th Tuesday now, they asked the question again. Those in favor for us to resume sitting on 17th of September, say aye. Few people say aye. Again, saying nays. The nays were.
It was rowdy. The nays was rowdy.
Now the man, the speaker, said it again. He said, "No, we are going to take it again." Those in favor say aye. The ayes were very few. Those against say nay. Now, instead of saying the nays have it, or maybe open a discussion or a conversation, he said, "Okay, the nays, those that said nays, you guys should sit back. You guys should continue sitting back, but the ayes have it."
And nailed the gavel on the table.
But they said that majority carries the vote, and that's what they used there. That's why they asked the question. Those in favor say aye, against it. Now, the nays on this one, they happen to be the majority. It's something I saw yesterday, and I told the guy, if you can listen to us, listen, I'm going to talk about this. I was in someone's shop yesterday, here at Zone 9. Ben Moses, eyes had it again.
I can remember you reminded me of something.
When
nays said that no, you shouldn't
say no. You shouldn't resume on this. I wanted to know.
You continue. The current Senate President of the Nigerian Senate, Godswill Akpabio, I can remember it was there, sir, at the 8th National Assembly. He couldn't succeed that of the 9th Assembly before this 10th Assembly. He said something when there was this outing of rancor that the majority will always have their way. Then the minority will always have their own say. You only say something, but you don't have your way.
Yes.
Akpabio had said that.
There is a problem. It's not a problem. No, I wanted to know why these guys were saying no. That's what I would have loved them to do. Okay, 17th. Why are you guys saying no? I didn't hear that. He used his power. It's okay, you guys saying should
continue sitting.
But the eyes will have it. That was it. That means the majority at this point couldn't have a say.
A country of law and orderliness.
You see what is happening? And we saw so many headlines yesterday. The IG reading riot acts, Yes, reading riot acts, telling us why those that want to go on a protest shouldn't go. Now you're reading riot act, telling us what happened in Kenya. Why not allow people to express themselves even without the protest? Can we have an avenue where people will have a say? They are panicking because they know that majority actually, the power belongs to the people. Can't we now have a means of communicating to the people? Everybody is now giving reasons why protest shouldn't happen. But we keep like what happened yesterday. Now, just imagine the representative of this majority that said nay, speaking up or standing up. So, no, the people we sent there had a say. You guys didn't allow them talk. That's also another thing. Just few people. I keep asking, must the eyes have it? A situation whereby the names maybe have a point to make. Can they have it? Anyway, it is what it is.
All right, that's our country for you. And then we keep talking about institutions. We'll talk about that on a very good day. Well, the federal government has said it had created centers across the country where Nigerians can purchase a 50 kg bag of rice for 40,000 naira. This statement came out yesterday, Monday, 29th day of July, 2024. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, revealed this while briefing correspondents on the outcome of the FEC meeting presided over by the president yesterday. He said that this was one of the several initiatives by the Tinubu administration to ease living conditions for citizens. And it came out yesterday, just few days to the nationwide planned protest. We are live on Facebook and YouTube at Rapid Umaya, and also YouTube Rapid 96.5 FM. Aiko Bodnaya. Good morning to you, sir, and welcome.
Good morning, my brother. Mrs. Ben, please, do you know where the centers are? Because
that's already, they've released about 10 trucks to all the states across the centers.
Jesus Christ.
Nigeria.
This country is a country of absurdities. The caricature will never end. It's quite unfortunate.
40,000 naira. It came out yesterday. What happened?
I'm imagining what's going to happen in such centers if they are, because I foresee stampede. I foresee people stepping on people. You know, that's for them to know the level of hunger in the land. You know, in fact, I drew the attention of my wife to that. I said, have you seen this? He said, no, wow. You know, every person you ask, just shout.
And nobody has known the center yet.
Nobody has known the center.
They've not mentioned the centers yet.
It's very funny. You know, our country is quite a very sad situation. But then, we thank God. It's good to be here this morning. And we thank our wonderful listeners out there. Please continue to stay glued to your radio stations, 96.5. You will always do what is good, what is right. Thank you very much.
All right, we are live on Facebook again and YouTube. Please get down there and put your comment. We'll be taking it from time to time to look at perspectives on concerns and reactions trailing governance and development in Abia State. We have joining us this morning on Standpoint an Interpol Systems Managing Consultant, the National Central Bureau, Sachikwe Udensi. A very good morning to you, sir, and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, Ben Moses. How are you?
We are pushing over here, sir.
Thanks for having me.
All right, sir. Quickly, a lot has been happening, but we'll take it one after the other this morning. But let's talk about the current one around where you are. The International Security Association, known as ISA, during its annual meeting. I
cannot hear you anymore.
Can you hear me now, sir?
I cannot hear you anymore. You're breaking up very much.
What about this condition? Is it okay, sir?
Hello?
Hello, sir?
Hello? Yeah, okay, I wasn't hearing you. Go ahead now. Okay. I can hear you now.
Is it better now, sir?
It is better now.
Okay. Quickly, before we start handling issues in Abia State, the International Security Association, ISA, during its annual meeting, of course, last week, elected you as the vice president of the organization. Please quickly talk us through what this organization is all about and what led to your emergence.
Thank you very much. The International Security Association is the umbrella body of all security experts. If you are a security expert and you are not there, you are not one of us. So we had our annual general meeting, annual conference, where offices were being contested for. I didn't even know I was going to win. In fact, if you consider those who contested against me, we had a German man whom everybody was looking forward to. He spoke very well. There was also an Indian. He spoke very, very well too. They were contesting for the vice presidency. The president is from Greece. So I contested. But you see, they looked at the qualities of contribution you have given to the system. So one of the things that helped me so much was my winning gold. I won gold in Interpol Innovations. That's one thing that helped me. Because once during my citation, they said that I won gold in Interpol. I saw their eyes. Everybody was, really? He won Interpol gold. So eventually I won. I had 67%. And then the rest of them shared the balance of them. And I became the vice president to God's glory.
Congratulations to you, sir. I was shocked when you said you've won gold, Interpol gold. That's, I believe, it could be one of the reasons that votes were attracted to your position. Congratulations to you on this particular feat, sir.
Thank you very much. Right. It was a surprise one, though.
Because in such a gathering, you don't see only African representatives across the globe. Yes, in line with your feud, sir, of course, what you've been doing ended attracting this particular merit to you. Let us come back to Abia State. There was an exchange of gunfire around Umuode, Aba yesterday between men of the underworld, people call them hoodlums, and a joint convoy patrol team comprising police operatives, Nigerian army personnel, of course, Operation Crush as well. At the end of the day, according to the report from the PPRO Police Command Abia State, that one of the assailants was brought down. As a security expert, what do you make of the current situation? This is just 1 week plus few days after the incident that happened in Aba on the 21st day of July that took about 3 civilians' lives, 1 security personnel and 2 of the assailants. What's your reaction on this current security development in Abia State?
My reaction will be not to suggest any more of what we are going to do and do it better. We have done enough of the suggestion, and we are very surprised that government and governmental agencies have refused to take our advice. If you recall my last outing here, I told you specifically that is what we call an SOP, security SOP, standard operating procedure. The standard operating procedure is that if you have a hostile environment, the man who is going to protect anybody must be protected himself. If you don't protect yourself, you cannot protect anybody. I saw the clip, the video clip of those who were shot. Look at those video clips. They don't even have any body armor. No body armor on them, no bulletproof on them. The vehicle they were using, look at the kind of vehicle they were using. You must have to make sure that you do the right thing. There's something people always say, I don't know if you remember, they said, if you continue to do one thing, the same thing, and expecting different results, that is the definition of madness. You're a madman if you continue to do what is wrong and expecting good results. My condemnation here is to the security agencies, the heads of security agencies, the supervisory bodies of the security agencies, the government. You cannot continue to expose people to harm and danger and expect good things to happen. The situation we have today is a very volatile one. Moreover, we are talking about the Mondays, the very bad Mondays that everybody is afraid of. How can you have them outside on a Monday, patrolling, unprotected? No body armor? The vehicles they are using are not protected? Well, I do not know how best to express it. But you see, if you choose to do wrong to yourself, that is what you get. We have said it several times, that we must have to do the right thing. Protect those who are going to protect the society. Give them proper welfare. Look at how some of them are dressed in a very rackety. I saw one that fell off from the vehicle. It was still bleeding from the video. Look at his dressing. Is that the way a law enforcement agent dresses? Where are the body gears? Where are the body armors? What are the various instrumentalities that are required for a man who is on the beat, a security beat, which we call it? If you're on a security beat, you must be properly equipped. This is what we're saying. So I do not want to start going to make suggestions. This should be done. No. What we're saying is that do the basic thing first. Those gentlemen, those military personnel, those security personnel that they're out there, whose job it is to protect the people, they must themselves, first and foremost, be protected. If they're not protected, they cannot protect anybody.
All right. Thanks for your opinion on that particular one. The governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, on Saturday last week in Aro said that there may be one or two persons who are not comfortable with the choice of leadership in Aro, but the government cannot satisfy everybody. That it is always bad whenever a society does not have leadership. The coronation of Eze Aro, the 9th in person of His Royal Majesty Eberechukwu Orji, took place last week Saturday. Let us have your opinion on this development.
Well, you know I'm from Anochukwu, so I guess that is why you're asking me that. This is the second coronation. The first coronation have held already of one Idei. He was the first one that was coronated before the second coronation. You know there is some serious problem we have in my community. There are two people who are laying claims to the Ezeship. And if you recall, sometime last year, in December, the governor called me very early in the morning, at about 1 a.m. I was fast asleep. And he called me and asked me to go and make sure there was peace and set up a peace arrangement in my community. We knew that there was a problem. We knew that two people were laying claims to the position. So the best thing to do in that circumstance is find out why two people are laying claims. And we set up a very powerful committee that included all the gladiators, all the stakeholders in that matter. We also included all the law enforcement agencies in my community to make sure that we arrive at something reasonable. The truth remains that the process that threw up Eberechukwu Eze, Eberechukwu Orji, and the other Eze too, the two processes were faulted. They were faulted. They were very faulty processes. And we said, if you want it to sustain, if you want it to be acceptable by the people, both of you must go back to another process. And I was happy, elated, when all of them agreed that they were going to go back to have a normal process. Unfortunately, we have some people in our society who felt their ego was being bruised. Those who said that they were the ones who have selected Eberechukwu, that they are not going to go back. While everybody else, including all law enforcement agencies, believe that they should go back and do the right thing. But these other few people try to convince the government of Abia State, and because of their closeness to the government, they started to convince the government that they should do the wrong thing. So the truth remains that if you choose to do the wrong thing, there are consequences. The consequences may not be immediate, but they certainly will come. The young man we are talking about, who was coronated, or whose ceremony of coronation took place, Eberechukwu Orji, I have interacted with him very closely. And I see he's a very nice man. He's a very, very, very nice man. In fact, he honored me twice by coming to see me, first of all in my hotel room, and then the second one he came to see me was in my house in Abuja. And I was able to mirror him. I was able to look through him. And he's a very good man. In fact, he's very competent to be Eze. He has the aura to be Eze. And I have no doubt that somebody like him will make a very good Eze. But the problem is that the process that threw him up is a process that cannot be sustained. It's a process that the people, the majority of the people, are saying no. But then a few people who have power are saying that they must have to have it happen. It has happened. So time will tell what will be the actual position. But if you look back, if you have good memory, if you have good historical memory, you will see that those who have always used power to achieve certain positions, they don't know that power is very transient. If you look back a little bit, look at what happened when Shehu Shagari was there. Umaru Diko came up. Look at what Umaru Diko did. But how did he end? Even when IBB came up,
Colonel Akilu and his group came up too, you saw how they ended. Abacha himself, when he was there, the Major Mustafa and the rest of them were in charge. Even recently, our brother Jonathan, look at this journey, Alison Madeke. Even the husband now is saying he shouldn't use his name anymore. That in fact his name is causing him inconveniences. But when he was there, when she was there in government, when Jonathan was there and Desiani was there, so they were all in charge. It is always very good to avoid using power when you are in power. Do not use overstretch of power to lord on the people what you think is your opinion, because you will leave power eventually. And when you leave that office, what will happen? Who knows who's going to take over from you? What will happen? Look at what happened recently in Kano with the former governor of Central Bank. What's his name again? The Central Bank governor, former Central Bank governor.
Sanusi.
When he was Sanusi, when he was, see how he was removed arrogantly by Ganduje.
Yeah.
Now, when Ganduje left, somebody else took over and removed the other. It has always happened. Look at what has happened in Imo State when my brother Richard Sokocha was there. The same thing that is happening in Arochukwu today happened there. If you use power to put somebody in office, he will remain there as long as you are in government, as long as you have power. But when you leave office, can it be sustained? If it cannot be sustained, so it is better you do the right thing from day one. So what happened in Arochukwu? I wasn't here. I wasn't in the country when it happened. But now I'm back home to the country. And we're saying, do the right thing. If you don't do the right thing now, you may not have the opportunity to do it tomorrow. That is what the problem lies. And so when I look at the young man, he's a very nice young man, very kind young man, very humble when he interacted with me. I am beginning to have more sympathy for him than blame. The sympathy I have for him is that, can this office be sustained when Governor T is no more governor? That is the question. If it cannot be sustained when he's no more governor, then why don't you do the right thing now?
All right, sir. Let me come in there very quickly. Now, staff of office has been presented to His Royal Majesty Eberechukwu Orji, talking about after the tenure of the current administration. Is it that there will be this likely disorganization of the process at the moment, what has been established in Aro? Let us have clarity on this, sir.
Well, staff of office was presented also in Imo State when Richards was there. It has been reversed. The staff of office was presented to the man who took over from Sanusi. It was also reversed. And today everybody is fighting. But this fight, we are saying, are needless. They are needless if you do the right thing the right time. They are needless if you do not use the power of incumbency. Because you are in power, therefore this must be done. That is what we are saying. If you don't force your power on people when you are in office in doing something, well, you still have to leave office. By the time you leave office, what will happen? You don't know the disposition of who is going to take over. You don't know the anger of the people. I'm from Arochukwu. I know very well the anger of the youth. I have spoken to the market women who came to see me. I spoke to the youths who came to see me. And they were trying to, in fact, initially I had to put out wildfires. I wanted peace in my community. I told them, do not do anything that is not legitimate. Don't take laws into your hands. That's the important thing. And also, let me, in this process, condemn the activity of some of the law enforcement in Arochukwu, especially the NDLEE and the Army. They have exasperated the situation by their conduct. And I have made this very clearly to them. The government have used them to intimidate people. The Nigerian Army in Arochukwu has been used to intimidate people. The NDLE has been used to intimidate people. Even the police. The police, the one of the police is very interested. I saw a letter that came from the Inspector General of Police directing the Commissioner of Police not to get involved in chieftaincy matters. The police does not get involved in chieftaincy matters. But the Commissioner of Police in Abia State ignored that instruction of the Inspector General of Police, and even went ahead to even charge the earlier one that was inaugurated as SZ. He charged him to court, and the court threw away the charges against him. He charged him for impersonation, and the court threw away and said the man is not impersonated. These controversies ought to have not been going on if the right thing was done.
All right, sir.
And we have had a committee. For the second committee, have also recommended the right thing to be done. The first committee was headed by me. Second committee was headed by another prominent Aroson. Do the right thing now. If you don't do the right thing now, if the governor is no more there tomorrow, do you know who will take over? And do you know the consequences of your action? That is the frightening thing.
All right, sir.
And we should learn from history.
We'll get your thought on other developments in Abia State, but that will be after this short break. This is Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. Please stay with us.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsglean@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics Stores. Quality is our name. Signed, Management.
Please listen to this announcement. Following the continuous effort to keep Abia clean, the Abia State Environmental Protection Agency, ASEPA, wishes to notify the public that bagging of refuse in Abia State starts from the 5th of August 2024. The designated areas in 3 locations to secure waste bags include Umuahia North. Call Leo on 0803 356 3320. Umuahia South. Call Dennis on 0806 383 8123 and Kasarachi for Iguano on 0806 275 2744 or contact Chinyere on 0703 712 5986. That is 0703 712 5986 for more information. Parents are advised not to send underage children, wards, or mentally unstable individuals for refuse disposal. The Waste Management Agency warned those dumping refuse inside gutters and along the railway to desist forthwith. The public is further reminded that the time for dumping of refuse remains 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. as defaulters will be arraigned and prosecuted in line with Abia State Environmental Law. Signed, Catechist Ambrose Jonah, Deputy General Manager, ASEPA, Umuahia Zone.
Celebrating your family and friends has become cheap like a cup of tea, easy as ABC, and rapid like it should be. You can send birthday greetings and goodwill messages on Rapid FM for just 1,000 naira. Other events like weddings, child dedication, housewarmings, religious and government functions go for even less, 500 naira. Now, your loved ones have no excuse not to celebrate you rapidly on your day because all they have to do is visit our website at www.rapidfm965.com/request or call 07049 220965.
Umuahia, wake up! Rejoice! Christ has come to heal your land. The Holy Ghost Mandate World Outreach, in conjunction with the CFG Miracle Center, Umuahia is bringing to you a healing crusade like never before, tagged Umuahia for Christ Healing Crusade, with the mandated minister, Bishop Barrister John Donaldson of Wansiegwe, ministering live. It's going to be unique. It's going to be great. It's going to be super. Featuring deliverance, salvation, healing, miracles, signs and wonders, as well as special music ministrations and performances. Ministering in songs, Cornelius Benjamin and Isaac Onoha Onyami. Date Friday 2nd to Sunday 4th August 2024. Time 5 p.m. daily. Sound at 9 a.m. prompt. Venue St. Stephen's Primary School Field, Eke by Ibeku Road, Umuahia. That is for Friday and Saturday. Sunday Church Auditorium. Yes, God is still in the business of healing the land. Who knows? This might be that opportunity you've been waiting for. You can't afford to miss this.
Rapid 96.5 FM.
The sound of your city.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing I'm leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right. You're welcome back to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM. This morning is being perspectives on concerns and reactions, trailing governance and development in Abia State. Our guest has been, of course, Interpol Systems Managing Consultant, the National Central Bureau. Of course, he added another feather to his cap, Vice President of the International Security Association. Sir, you're welcome back to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping me.
All right. Let's talk about this particular one, still in Abia State. The Abia State House of Assembly has passed a bill talking about Nigerian Local Council's 2024 appropriation bill for bylaw to appropriate the sum of 56,732,136,110 naira for the services of local government councils of the state. This bill is waiting for the governor's assent. What's your reaction and opinion on this development?
Well, I do not know exactly what they intend to achieve by going to prepare such a bill when there was a very clear judgment of the Supreme Court that the states have no authority whatsoever over the funds of local governments. So if you go and do that, where you now try to circumvent the judgment of the Supreme Court, I believe that is what we call professional fraud. That is fraudulent. I do not have complete information because I was outside the country when this was happening. So what I did was to call a few members of the House, whom I know, to find out. I was even shocked that some members of the State Assembly in Abia State do not even know exactly what was going on. Or maybe they did not want to tell me.
How possible could that be, sir? Being a member of the House, you don't know what is going on.
It is very frightening because look at the date. Have you seen the appropriation that has been taken to the governor to sign? Look at the date. From what somebody mentioned to me from the House, he said that it was dated January of this year. Are you going to date it January while the governor has not even signed it in July? We do not seem to understand exactly why they have taken that position or why they did what they did. But they should know that every action or inaction, it has its consequences. If you take an action today because you're in government, when you leave office, there are consequences that we must have to go with it. I thought that people by now ought to have been apprehensive of doing what is wrong, knowing the consequences that their predecessors have suffered when they did what is wrong. Whenever you do what is wrong, it has consequences, especially if it is officially done. When there's official misconduct, those official misconduct must have to have consequences. I have also already over the months, I have expressed my concern about the quality of the leadership of Abia State House of Assembly. It is very substandard. The Speaker and his leaders are very incompetent to run the office that oversees lawmaking.
But these were persons that were elected to man these positions, sir.
Well, what we're saying is that we, by law, have accepted their being elected. But for their performance, we're saying that, look, this is what we're seeing as their performance. We're not saying they're not elected. We acknowledge that they were elected. In fact, I acknowledge him to be the Speaker of Abia State House of Assembly. But as for his performance, we're saying that he has violated even existing laws. So this one he's doing now is not strange to us. He has violated about 3 laws we know that he has violently and viciously violated with all sense of impunity. There must be consequences for it when the time arises.
All right.
All right. Good morning to you, Sir Chikwe Udensi.
Good morning. Who am I greeting?
Incorruptible Sam here.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. Okay. All right. And I have 2 key questions, and I know you will have time to attend to them. Let me go back to the traditional matters, the chieftaincy matters you actually looked into. And in Nigeria, you are older than me. I'm not as old as you are. But I think I'm beginning to feel uncomfortable the way we have allowed politics now to get down to the traditional level, where years ago it used to be these traditional rulers having power to even summon a governor, a politician to come and take advice. But now we are seeing the politicians trying as much as possible to play politics down there, supporting or even planting whosoever they want to occupy the position. We know what is happening in the north, and here in the east gradually is happening, and it seems nobody is actually talking about that. As an elder that you are, and an Igbo man, what is your take on the way politicians have decided to play politics as it has to do with our tradition and culture?
Thank you very much. First of all, you say I'm an old man. I'm not an old man. Okay. So I don't know what you mean by calling me an old man. Secondly, I have always believed in looking back. See, you wouldn't know what will happen tomorrow, except from what happened yesterday. Can you imagine what has happened yesterday in the traditional institutions? So far, in the Imo State, where we did a very extensive investigation, we have about 18 traditional rulers that were hoisted by government over time, and they were removed when the government changed. In Niger Delta area, we have about 27. And also around the nation, it has always been the thing. The tendency is that government, when people enter government, they tend to see themselves as being invincible. They tend to forget that one day they will leave that place. That is why my very good friend, former secretary to the government of the Federation, King Ibe, he says that every time he comes into his office, he will look up in the conference area, and he will see the pictures of all those who have held the office of secretary to government. And he will assure himself that one day his picture will be up there as one of those who have been secretary. And in doing that, he tries to do what is right so that he can be properly judged tomorrow. Our people don't want to be properly judged. Let me give you a very funny instance. I have said this before. You know a man called General Victor Malo? General Victor Malo, he was Chief of Army Staff. And there was a problem in Odi. He sent his military to go and wipe Odi. They killed people in Odi, men, women, and children. Pregnant women were killed in Odi. The world was crying. I don't know if some of you remember what I'm talking about. People were angry, crying. Why did Victor do this? Victor was intransigent. I'm Chief of Army Staff. I can do whatever I want. Not too long after, he was no more Chief of Army Staff. there was a problem in his own community, Zaki Biam, in Benue State. Do you know who was sent there to go and quell the matter? Major Temipere. Major Temipere's father was killed in Odi by those sent by Victor Malo. What did Temipere do? He first of all went to Victor Malo's house and brought it down and killed everybody there, including the mother of Victor Malo and his 2 sons who came from abroad to visit Victor Malo. That is the danger of this vicious circle. When you are in office and you take laws into your hands, you don't know who will be there tomorrow. And that is what we are seeing in Nigeria. Every governor, every president, every minister, everybody who comes into office will take laws into their hands, not knowing that tomorrow they will leave. Arochukwu's case is very particular, especially they drew my attention to some orders of court which were being violated by the state government. There was an order of court saying that nothing should happen in Aro, that this man who has been coronated should not hold any meeting, should not call a meeting of the SDOGOs, should not overreach whatever the court is going to decide in future. But they violated it. They ignored it. These issues will come up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And when they come up tomorrow, the man who is there today as governor may not be there. Or he may be there. Or he may even be hand-twisted by the law. Let us always do what is right at any given time.
Okay.
Whenever you do what is right, that is what will justify you. But when you do what is wrong, time will always put right that which is wrongly done.
All right, so the next question will still come out from Incorruptible Sam this morning, but let's bring in a listener also while the conversation is progressive this morning. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint 091600965 or 09160333965. Good morning.
Good morning, Moses. Ben.
You're welcome, sir. Your name and location.
Good
You have
morning,
1 minute.
Welcome.
Okay. Who say man know there's a name I'm calling from Umar. Good morning, sir. Chikudensi.
Good morning, sir.
Please, I want to appreciate and congratulate you for the vice president of, I don't know, is a World Security...
International Security Association.
It means that he's the vice president of the World Security. by private sector. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Because it's international. It comprises of many different states. It serves over 100 and something countries. So I want to appreciate you, sir. You see, many of us will not know what we have until we lose it. So I still believe that Abia government should be identify with people like you in terms of security advices. So and your boldness is something else. I mean, you can still speak to the authority the way you should, or people the way. This is what we need from Abia. When we come up, when we are talking about New Abia, the people like you are supposed to be bring to the front burners, because you can speak to the people in authority. Look at the issue of...
All right, your time is up, sir.
Look at how you're telling the government in power what they're supposed to do. Thank you and God bless you, my guy.
All right, thank you so much. 091600965 or 09160333965. A very good morning to you and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Moses Ben.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Incorruptible Sam, Aiko Bonaya, and Sir Chikwe Udensi.
Okay,
Good morning, sir.
Unfortunately, I'm calling from Omaya. For me, I believe everything concerning governance should be all about the people. Any act of governance that doesn't reflect in the welfare of the people is not governance. Let me talk about the issue of Aro Kindred. I am not from Arochukwu precisely, but I want to ask this question. Does the governor or the politicians have any influence on the traditional issues? And what are the role of the traditional institutions to ensure that we have quality leadership? And
hello, Okafor.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please run off your question.
Who should control who? The traditional institution or the political leaders? Who should control who.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Okafor. We appreciate it. Keep it within 1 minute. 091600965 or 09163333965. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
We are all lifted in the mighty name of Jesus.
Thank you. Welcome.
Students remain blessed for life. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. If we are talking of person that will advise Abia is something like people just because he has not ruled Abia. Where we get annoyed is that people that have ruled there that have dealt with Abia that came to apologize, coming to advise this government. People, this is the right person. But I want to advise you this, please, for Christ's sake, if you want to contest, don't join this political party. You have to come and join them. Yeah, because there's one slogan that I use as my drinking tune. That they failed and failed woefully, looking for those who hold responsible for their failure, that you cannot get something from nothing. That is because of PDP that say that because they failed woefully. 0/100. But now, I thank God that sometimes where you applaud this government. That is the thing. They were calling you a helicopter politician, a plain politician with but now they're now applauding you. That is to say that even the best dancer on the stage was surely retire one day.
All right, excellent. You have used your time, sir.
You cannot remain champion forever.
All right.
I love you. Keep on advancing this government. It's only you and like Greg Gibe, Oga.
All right, excellent. We appreciate your contribution. Thank you. You have used your time. Keep it within 1 minute. 09160000965 or 09163333965. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, Mr. Ben Moses.
Good morning, sir.
Incorruptible Sam, I'm greeting.
I greet you too. Good morning.
Ike.
Good morning, sir.
I dropped my car for you.
Good morning, sir.
Sir Chiku Densi. I don't know why they are looking for security expert, and then we have somebody like you who is the number 2 person in the whole world. I don't know, because if you have people like you like that, and then we are talking of trying to tell one person or the other do this or do that, and they are not doing it, why not the state government negotiate with you, and then you continue to do the work and still do the that of the world? Please let Ben Moses advise the governor, please, to engage him.
All right.
Secondly, is the chief the executive something. I don't like how people are mingling into executive. Before, it is the tradition for the people to choose from the executive cabinet to choose who are to replace somebody. It's not the government. Yes. So I don't like what they are doing this time around.
All right.
My name is Chief Kelvin Wosu from Ituboma local government area of Imo State.
Chief Kelvin, thank you so much for your participation on today's program.
Okay.
All right. On our Facebook page, we have Elvis Iweze saying APC administration is the product of incessant, persistent, non-stop, consistent, and constant protest against former administration of PDP. Even when things was not as bad as this, their decision to sell 50 kg rice at 40,000 naira clearly shows they know exactly what they are doing all along. The earlier they address the hardship, hunger, and sufferings ravaging the country, the better for everyone. Okay, let's just take this call before we come back to Sir Chikwe this morning. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint. Your name and location. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Welcome. Your name and location, please.
God bless all of you very well. I want to say you are doing very well. God bless all of you. I don't want to mention all the names.
We know you.
Our distinguished guest. You know, I love this, our agency with passion. He says it and it is called a state. That's what we talk about our life. No psychopath. Let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, we need people like our agency in this radio continuously. How can Abias be crying? My family there for Abia. Abias are crying of hunger, hardship. It's only Tinubu. People have not done well yet. How can somebody plan to demolish a multi-billion naira government house complex? While Abias, you are giving them 100,000 naira to start business. Some of them, your party cronies, go and investigate. I want to tell you that the governor of Abia is not taking the footsteps of P2P. He's not. And I'm a labor system. In Imo State, Oyobo. I don't like the way the man is going.
All right, Chief Olobo, your time is up, sir. All right, sir. All right, sir. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Let's get back to Sir Chikwe Udensi. Sir, you have just 30 seconds to run off the program. Your parting shot on everything we've said or discussed this morning on Standpoint, sir.
Most of our problem, Ben Moses, most of our problem is that people who find themselves in positions of trust and authority and in power always have the tendency to abuse it.
All right.
If we do what is right, it's a very beautiful society, and we have enough resources to go around. Can you imagine 20 state governors spending 1 trillion on entertainment and tell us they can't pay minimum wage of 100 million? It is fraudulent.
All right, sir.
It is frightening. So what we're saying is, when you find yourself in position of trust and authority, please do what is right.
All right. Of course, the Vice President, International Security Association, Interpol Systems Managing Consultant, the National Central Bureau, Sir Chikwe Udensi, thank you for your time on Standpoint today.
Thanks for always having me. I appreciate that.
All right. Aiko Bonaya, Incorruptible Sam. We'll be back shortly on Abia 360 to look at the demolition of Abia State House in Umuahia and building it according to the governor. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Anywhere you go, if you don't see Bomano.